Look at this
Oh.
Giga Chad.
Very handsome.
By the way, Andrew, it's a little hard to tell because we're zoomed, but all the girls just like cracked a little smile when they saw it.
It's AI. It's AI. It's all AI.
No, very handsome, very handsome.
Yeah, AI made me look very good looking. It was very nice of AI to do that.
Yeah. So, did Andrew answer? Did you get to answer, Andrew?
Yeah, I said, I think I'll be better looking in 10 years than I am now.
Okay.
Might
What about
age better.
20? 20 years, Andrew?
Yep.
How
I
old
think
is Andrew?
into infinity.
To
I think I'll be
infinity.
95 years old and I'll still be better looking than I am now because I need to join the delusional trends of everybody else. And I have determined that it's really all about how you feel about you rather than what is objective. What is objective when it comes to how you actually look? It's really just how you feel.
Well, a confident
Yeah, so-
5 is much more attractive than an insecure 5.
Confident 5?
I have literally a video of me like 250 pounds compared to when I was
Yeah,
150.
wait, hang on. Let's can we back up real quick? A confident 5 is still more appealing than a non-confident 5.
It's still a
I
5.
would agree, but they're both fucking 5s, right?
Yes, but you're more
Okay,
likely.
well then all we're asking is what makes them a 5. Even so, you just took two personality traits which were in opposition, and then said they're still both looks-wise a 5, which means you can differentiate between how my feelings operate and what is objectively true.
So-
what makes them both a 5? Is it because they're both fucking ugly or average or whatever? Like, what makes them a 5?
Well, I guess they're just average at that point.
Yeah, they're just average, right? That's fine. But when we're asking about looks assessment, we're not asking about how you feel.
So if
how you feel about you doesn't matter. How I feel, if I feel like it doesn't make me a fucking 10. It just means I feel like one.
So a
I
5,
can feel like the king of France, right? Doesn't make me the king of France.
a 5 who dresses like the basket case in, for example, Breakfast Club, that's just a below tier 5. But a 5 who dresses like what's the girl from 16 Candles? No, you're right.
Breakfast Club? Wait, why did
You
look
guys
at
didn't
me?
watch it? The popular girl. And...
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but they're both
obviously
5s.
she's going to be the more attractive 5.
Sure, but they're both 5s.
You don't get it. A
Yeah,
confidence
but
can
no, I get it fine. But they're both 5s?
confidence can add an extra point or two.
Okay, I will even concede that that's true. That with confidence, a 5 can become a 6. But there still seems like there's some type of objective standard that you're appealing to for what a 5 is.
And
what an average man is. So what does an average man kind of look like? Me?
See, you're right. I'm appealing to this conversation to entertain the show and to be respectful. In my real life, I don't fucking rate people. I think we're all 10s.
Oh, really? You don't, huh? So let me just ask you. I just want to be very clear on this. And you can lie to me because most women do when I ask them this question. When you sit down at a table filled with other women, you don't inside your head judge them on their looks or the clothes that they're wearing or the type of lashes that they have or the kind of nails that they're wearing. You don't do any of that, right? Not you. You're a fucking angel, right? You don't ever do that.
So you're helping my point. How
Yeah,
they're
you're gonna
dressed.
answer my question? You're
How
gonna
they're
answer my
dressed. How they carry themselves. How they do their nails.
Yeah, are you
that
going
is
to answer my
confidence.
question? Do you, when you sit at a table full of women, do exactly what I just said and judge all sorts of little details in your head, even though you'd never say them out loud?
I don't, because when I came in this room,
You
I
don't.
addressed everyone. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. Like, I think we're all beautiful. We're all women. And the fact that we're all here, that is confident, and that is a 10 in my eyes. Sorry
Okay,
you don't
fair
agree.
enough. So let me just ask the panel this question. I just a quick show of hands. How many of you either know women, even if you're not willing to admit that you're one of them, who when they sit at a table filled with other women, make value judgments about all sorts of things, their hair, their lashes, their breast size, everything, and you endlessly compare yourself to them and think that they probably compare themselves to you? Just a quick show of hands.
You want to go around the table?
Yeah, just a quick show of hands. How many? Yeah, basically all of you. But you didn't do that, right? You didn't do that. Not
No,
you.
I refuse to do that because when I was younger, like a teenager, I was very insecure. I wasn't as outgoing and confident as I am now. So who am I and how dare I judge someone based on their looks?
It doesn't mean that you don't do it.
I think it's just a biological thing. Like, it's not like I'm looking at someone like, oh, wow, they're so ugly, I'm so much better than them. But we look at, their hair, how they're presenting themselves. And
Sure.
we just called a value judgment.
Yeah,
It's not like
that's
we're being
exactly
rude.
right. It's a value judgment. I completely agree with what you just said. It's a value judgment.
I
You
tend to
sit
do
down-
that.
You sit down and you make value judgments, and why wouldn't you, right? The way that we judge value of other human beings is through making value judgments, and we're pattern recognition machines, right?
So I forgot who
And
said
so-
this earlier, but
Yeah,
I
let me
do have.
respond to her real quick. She's absolutely right when she says that we are all making value judgments on basically everything all the time. So I always find it really, really hard to believe when a woman says, I'm the only one sitting at this table who made zero value judgments about another woman sitting at this table.
Am I the
No.
only one?
Well, you'd have to be like basically a monk. And
Yeah,
there's
well, that's a
so
good
much
question. Are you the
self-worth.
only one? Are
I
you
don't
the
know.
only
Am
one at
I?
that
Do you
table?
guys do that?
I believe comparison is the thief of joy. So
Thank
like
you.
if I look at someone and I start to maybe form an opinion, like I'll quickly be self-aware and like take myself out of that mindset because I don't think it's healthy. Doesn't mean that I'm not admitting that like I don't do it at all. Like obviously it's like a subconscious thing when you see someone, but I recognize and I'm self-aware. I'm like, hey, let me not do that. So,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, there's no problem with you saying it's a problem for me doing this. But that's not really to the heart of the question. To the heart of the question is, don't you do it though?
Yeah,
Everybody
I do.
does it.
I do it.
Yeah, we all, y'all do it. So I mean, the thing is like, all I ever ask is that women are just honest that they do that, and most of them are not, right? And so until pressed, and then we go, okay, yeah, I actually do that. It's like, okay, well,
that makes me sad to know that the women at this table do that.
But
She's saying
Nicolette-
when it
I
comes
oh
do
yeah, you're so shocked. You
Everybody
didn't know
does it.
anything about how women operated before you came on the whatever podcast. You didn't. You had no clue that women made value judgments about
Everybody
each other
does it.
all the fucking time. You had no clue that this was the case, right?
Well, obviously I know that they do that, but I just like to I don't like to think about that like, oh, I'm being judged right now at this table of other beautiful women.
It's not always negative. And she's
That's
saying
right.
like
Yeah.
she's saying when it comes into her it's subconscious, and when it comes into her conscious, she's, thinking about it, obviously, like, but
So, for example, like in the perspective that I do it, if I can give an example, like for example with you, whenever we met each other, obviously I have judgments. It's not in a negative way. You told me what you did for work, and I'm always careful because I'm a Christian, and so if you're gonna tell me that what you do for work, I'm very careful with what I say because I don't want someone to automatically think she's a Christian, she's gonna judge me. And in fact, it's great that you do judge people. You have great conversations with them whenever you get to know them, especially the first thing you get to know is what they're wearing. So if I knew what she did for work, I can ask her like, what does she do? Like I find interest, and then just based off of how women dress, how they do their hair, I can start conversations with absolutely anybody just based off how they look. So I'm judging them, but not in the way to
You're honest about
in
it.
a negative way,
Yeah.
but it's just
Yeah, no, I think it
conversation
is in a
starters.
negative way. I think that we make value judgments in a negative way nonstop, even if we don't think that we do. So, for instance, you're walking down the street late at night, and 5 men you don't know are walking down the street towards you. Would you cross the street?
That's what I was about to say. I have a double standard, and I do have value judgments against them.